it back to my parents at some point to put it on the air. Joe and Andrew would never believe it. I just want to say that I am truly, truly honored to be here tonight. This is my first time coming to AIS, and already tonight I've managed to meet so many amazing people who are here. I can't wait to hear the stories tonight, and I just am thrilled to be here. So I'd like to welcome all of you to the American Institute for Stuttering's 8th annual Freeing Voices, Changing Lives Benefit Gala. This is the Institute's most important event of the year, and to celebrate tonight, we are here to honor 2 exceptional men who are renowned figures in the business world, and they are both friends of mine. So I am truly honored to be here because of both Jack Welch and Jes Staley. I'm actually hosting tonight's presentation because Jack and Jes asked me to come, and Eric Donato reached out to me as well. And those are 3 people I would never say no to. So it really was. I got an email, and instantly I said, yes, absolutely, count me in. It took all of about 12 seconds for me to decide to do this tonight. We're very disappointed that Jack Welch can't be here himself tonight. He recently underwent back surgery, and we do wish him a speedy recovery. Fortunately, Suzy Welch is here tonight, and we are delighted to have you here, Suzy. As I walked through the room this evening, it was like a coming home. You get to look around and see all the familiar faces from the financial sector, people that I know that we've had on the show, people who I admire. And it really is amazing to come here and see such a sea of support for our distinguished honorees. I think the size of this crowd tonight is truly a testament to our honorees, to Jes and to Jack. I would like to take a little bit of time tonight to recognize a great leader in the corporate world who is also here tonight, Kenneth Langone. Ken and his wife Blaine are here tonight, and of course you probably know that Ken and Arthur Blaine co-founded the Home Depot back in 1978. It is now the world's largest home improvement specialty retailer. I'm there at least once every week and a half, I would say. I'd also like to single out Ellis Lankster of the New York Jets. I got to see him earlier tonight. Also Trumaine McBride of the New York Giants. And I'd like to give a special shout out to my colleague Brian Sullivan from Street Signs, who I think is also here tonight. I do want to make an announcement from the board of directors. It looks like tonight's gala will provide AIS's most successful fundraiser since the event was first established 8 years ago by Sir Harry Evans and Tina Brown. This already looks like it is going to be the most successful, and so again, that is a testament to all of you in the audience, to all the corporate sponsors who are here. But both Sir Harry and Tina Brown have been instrumental in steering the gala's direction over the years. They deserve a huge amount of credit for assembling a terrific team to lead this strong fundraising campaign. Promises to increase following tonight's auction. We will have a final tally for you by the end of the evening. We do have an extraordinary presentation planned, but before we start with the official program, I'd like to quickly give you a recap of tonight's agenda. We hope you can stay with us for the whole program, stay with us to the end. We're going to begin tonight with a surprise video, a greeting prior to the awards presentation. One award will be presented in each half of the program, and a friend or associate of the honoree will make that introduction. The second portion of the program will be hearing then firsthand from AIS clinicians and clients, and that's where, if you're not familiar with this group, you will learn a lot more about what it does and why. I'll be then relinquishing the microphone to our auctioneer for the much anticipated live scholarship auction. All the funds raised do go to provide scholarships to a really, really important program. And then after the final remarks, you're invited to join the gala committee and the board at the post reception, where you'll have the opportunity to greet honorees and other special guests, and we couldn't have asked for a nicer night for this. There are individuals who add immense value to the event. They donate their time, their energy, their resources. Jeff Kronberg provided the innovative graphics for the invitation and the gala program, which is definitely a keepsake. Everybody has one right at their table. Nolan Russo merits special thanks for guiding this event as the board chair and also printing all of the materials for the gala. And the generosity of both these men is incredibly appreciated. AIS received a surprise video message to be shared with the audience this evening. Our speaker needs no introduction. He's a national leader who has been forthright about his own challenges with stuttering. His message is personal, and he speaks directly to our young clients. So if you would indulge me, please focus your attention right now on the video screens.
Hi everyone, this is Joe Biden. I'm truly sorry I couldn't join all of you tonight for tonight's ceremony, but I wanted to offer my gratitude to everyone at the American Institute of Stuttering for the dedicated staff, the generous supporters, for the life-changing work you do in freeing so many of our voices. You know, I want to also wish best wishes to Jack Welch and Jes Staley. Evidence that stuttering will not and need not define you. Those of us who've been honored by the Knight's Award recognize that what we've achieved is not in spite of the fact we stuttered, but because of it and what it taught us. To all the young people and parents who are there tonight, if I could share one piece of advice with you, it'd be this. When you commit yourself to a goal, when you persevere in the face of a struggle, you're going to discover strengths you never thought you had to help you overcome not only the challenge of stuttering, but so many challenges in life as well. Once you dedicate yourself to continuing to overcome and not let stuttering define you, it will in fact be a life-changing experience. You'll be stronger for it. Even today, I remember the dread and the sense of anger and shame and rage that I felt when I had to stand up to speak or try to talk on the telephone or ask a beautiful young girl whether she'd go to the prom with me, and how frightened I was, and how it just was all encompassing. But my mother taught me, my teachers taught me, don't dwell on the bad stuff. My mother used to say, Joe, remember, you're as smart as anybody. You're a great athlete. You're this, you're that. She made me focus on the things about me that were real, that my stuttering, in a sense, hid from other people. You know, she'd say, Joey, God sends no man or woman across they cannot bear. Parents may have to explain that one. But one day you'll learn the wisdom of those words. I learned so much from having to deal with stuttering. It gave me such insight into other people's pain and suffering. You know, it's the only affliction people think it's okay to make fun of. If you had a deformed leg, if you had a severe facial impediment, people would not make fun, but they think stuttering is okay. They have no idea how much it hurts you. I think one of the best movies I ever saw was the King's Speech. All of you know, you all felt that tightness when he got up at the racetrack to speak on that day, or when he made his famous speech at the end of the war. You know, I know this won't take away the hurt or the pain right now, but I promise you have nothing to be ashamed of and every reason to be proud. Our stutter doesn't define us, we define ourselves. So remember, you will grow stronger from this. You will overcome it. You all are talented, bright, young women and men. Just look at the two honorees tonight. Look at what they've made of themselves. And I'll bet if you pull them aside and ask them, they wouldn't trade the fact they had to go through what they went through for anything in the world, because it taught them so much about themselves and so much about the world. So I want to thank you all again for everything you do to help free our voices. And may God bless you all, and may God protect our troops.
I was told that the messages tonight would be moving, that they would be powerful, and well, there you have proof. I want to thank Vice President Biden for his powerful words of hope, and that is the kickoff to the evening. Vice President Biden, as you may know, has been an advocate for the Institute for many years. His enthusiasm is readily evident. While I was reading through the Gala program, I discovered some wonderful quotes about stuttering and found all of them to contain some incredibly inspiring messages. There's one quote in particular from an AIS client that really defined the Institute's mission for me. That quote is, "At AIS, not speaking is not an option." Now that may seem unusual to someone who freely uses their voice and speaks at will, but for those who struggle with speech on a daily basis, it must be an enormous challenge to speak on request and to be forced to do that. The program lists some truisms as well as some misconceptions about stuttering, and it also contains a useful fact sheet. And I have to say, this is something I'm learning right now and getting up to speed on. Didn't know a lot of these things until I started talking to some people here tonight. Just about how many things they're doing when they're thinking about talking, from breathing to thinking about words that you can use as a crutch, things to fall back on. The idea that anybody would say that someone who stutters is stupid is beyond me, because they're doing about 6 times as many tasks as somebody who's just speaking freely. So again, take a look at this. Take a look at the program if you're not familiar with it. It also outlines in detail the work that's carried on by AIS clinicians, and it talks about what life is like on a daily basis for someone who stutters. I'd like to just encourage you to take the program home and read it in its entirety, because there's a lot of really great work that went into it, and there's a lot you can learn from it. It also provides an in-depth view on the journey in overcoming stuttering. Freeing Voices, Changing Lives is a fitting name for this award, and it's bestowed on individuals who have overcome stuttering and later achieved tremendous results in both their personal and professional lives. I'd like to personally commend and congratulate both Jack Welch and Jes Staley for sharing their personal experiences and liberating their own voices and providing a beacon of hope for so many other people who struggle with this. I didn't know either Jes or Jack ever had a stutter, and you guys give high hopes to anyone who is dealing with a stutter. Tonight's first presenter is Dean John Farmer. John Farmer was named the Dean of Rutgers School of Law, Newark in July 2009. He was appointed to serve as Senior Vice President and General Counsel of Rutgers University beginning in April of 2013. And before his tenure at Rutgers, Farmer worked in diverse areas of criminal law. John had an impressive career that was rooted in New Jersey government, holding many high-level positions in the state. He served under Governor Christine Todd Whitman as Assistant Counsel, Deputy Chief Counsel, and finally Chief Counsel. In 1999, he was named New Jersey's Attorney General, and John was Senior Counsel and Team Leader for the 9/11 Commission. He was also the principal author of the Commission's final report. In 2012, he was honored with the Justice William J. Brennan Jr. Award from the Association of the Federal Bar of New Jersey, with Justice Brennan himself asserting that John is a resource whose voice should be heard. I also happen to be a Rutgers alum. I'm a huge fan of John's. Before all these other things, and I am especially pleased to welcome Dean John Farmer tonight.